Hey, basketball fans, I'm George Sedano on the latest NBA Lockdown podcast. Izzy Gutierrez and I talk about the big matchup between Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. James Harden continues to be on a roll. And, of course, the one curse you need to eliminate in basketball.
Welcome to another highly questionable work week. What do you like today? That's Izzy Gutierrez, by the way. He's sitting in for Bomani. I probably should have said that already. What do you like today, Izzy?
Dan's going to try really hard to defend Aaron Rodgers today. Just be ready.
Oh, it's not going to go well. Dale, Papi.
Are you convinced that the Oakland Raiders are as good as their record?
They're 7-2. Convinced. In that league, convinced of what? I'm convinced the Patriots and Cowboys are good. I'm convinced the 49ers and Browns are bad. And that's about all I'm convinced of. Everyone else can mix and match, and you get Indianapolis going to Green Bay and winning at Green Bay. Their defense isn't very good. What I do know about them, though, is they are fun. They are reckless, and they might make mistakes all over the place, but they got people who make big plays.
I'd say in this league, if you can win 7 of your first 9 games in a credible fashion, that you're for real. And that offense makes them credible. And if you think they're just throwing it around everywhere, well, they outgained Denver by 185 yards on the ground yesterday. So the offense seems to be there. The defense seems to be there because Khalil Mack is a beast, and they might be getting another crazy person back, Aldon Smith, if he's reinstated in a couple of weeks. So the defense might catch up to the offense. But really, when you're asking as a team for real, you're just asking, should we watch them? And yeah, I want to watch this team, and you should watch this team because they're a ton of fun.
Well, I knew that Jack was going to turn the whole thing around. You know, that Latino coach, Jack Del Rio, I knew that he had what it takes to do it. I'm telling you something. That guy, I always had faith on him. While nobody believed in him, I was one of the only analysts that believed in him. Jack Del Rio.
Of the river in Spanish.
Analyst.
Is your precious Aaron Rodgers whining, or does he have a real point?
Oh, he seems to be whining to me. His team lost the Indianapolis Colts yesterday, and he had this to say afterward.
I don't understand it. I mean, this is what we get paid to do, is to bring it every week. And I hope the guys would say that I bring it every week. I mean, I love this game, and I bring the energy. I'm not a rah-rah guy, but I'm a focused, enthusiastic player, and I don't know what the lack of juice was. I mean, you kind of felt it over the entire sideline. We didn't have the same kind of enthusiasm and encouragement that we had the previous 2 weeks. So we got to look deep in the mirror there, because that's just not acceptable.
Yeah, last year when he went all relax on us, Dan, you had confidence that he had confidence in himself and his team. Now he's going lack of juice on us, which tells me that Aaron has no idea what's going wrong with his team. And when he's 1 for 8 passing on passes 20 yards or farther down the field, that's not really lack of juice. That's Aaron Rodgers not doing Aaron Rodgers things. So there's a lot of problems in Green Bay, and he currently is one of them, Dan.
It doesn't look like the quarterback I'm used to seeing that I've said is the greatest quarterback I've ever seen in terms of precision, accuracy, and the number of things that he can do. But when you lose and you don't have an explanation for the losing that you can say in public, we're going to ask you questions, and lack of juice sounds better than, man, my receivers really stink, and I don't have the support out here that I want to have. His choices there aren't good when he can look in a mirror, or he can say, my teammates aren't very good at offense and we don't have a running game.
There was one guy who was really fired up on that game. Here he is.
Oh, you don't know that that's a he?
Yeah.
How do you know that's a he? How do we know if that's a he?
Look at him go. That's a touchdown. Look at that move. Look at that move. Look at that.
Being ignored by Aaron Rodgers. That is a wide open receiver.
Do we know if that's a he? We don't know if that's a he. How do we know that's not a she?
What do you look for?
Those Dak Prescott's 3-touchdown performance say more about him or the Browns?
It says a lot about all of the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are really good, and they're really good even though they've got a rookie quarterback who they've made look better than he would look. If, for example, he was playing for the Cleveland Browns, Dak Prescott would not look like this. He's got a lot of help on offense, and while the Browns are an indictment of competent football anywhere it's being played in America or beyond, Dak Prescott was good, and his teammates are better.
This is not the time to assess Dak Prescott. Prescott. We've had previous games that have been better to assess him with. Obviously, against the Browns, not a good idea. But there is still this obsession by Jerry Jones to get Tony Romo some playoff success, get him a Super Bowl ring as a starter. And so all you're kind of waiting for is that one game where he messes up. If it's against Pittsburgh the next time they play, maybe that happens, and I would not be surprised one bit if you see him out of that starting lineup. So I'm still very confused by what Jerry Jones really wants, to win or to win with Tony Romo, which might be, not very good for Dak Prescott.
I just feel so bad about Cleveland. They were 3-1 and they lost the World Series, and now the Browns, they are going to go on 16. Ha 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 ha! I'm only kidding. Are the Lions lucky or good?
They're 5-4, and in all 5 of the victories, they've been down with 90 seconds left in the game. They did it again yesterday. Here they did it in overtime with what Golden Tate did here on 3rd and 8. This is a pretty fun, great way to end this football game. And
that collision at the end was hilarious.
It's just tremendous. But the idea that this is an ability to come back late in games is probably something that they would have used at some point in the last 10 years if Matt Stafford had that ability to win games late. They're getting pretty lucky.
Now, people have always wondered if Matt Stafford is any good, and I would say that most people just said, hey, he has Calvin Johnson. He can just throw it up there, and he'll catch it. But I think this season is really proving that Matt Stafford might be something legitimate here. And, again, like we said about the Raiders, they win in an incredible way because we know their offense is very good. I don't know if the Detroit Lions are very good, but at 5-4 in that division, maybe there's something to them.
I've got a good Golden Tate story for you. He was on the radio with us, and he was telling the story, and he's like, and that's when I became Showtime Tate, to which my response was, I didn't know you were Showtime Tate. I didn't know anyone referred to you as Showtime Tate. He really wants to be Showtime.
Now you know.
I have a new favorite player in the NFL. That guy, the field goal kicker for Detroit. I call him the Lone Ranger. What's his name?
No, he doesn't know his name. That's why he calls him the Long Ranger. Not a bad nickname for Matt Prater.
Or Steph Curry.
Long Ranger.
Because it's like Lone Ranger, but he's long.
That's right. That's right. It's like the Lone Ranger, but it's long.
Now I got it.
Field goals.
Who was more in the wrong here, Travis Kelce or the official?
Travis is his name, not Travis, but he's doing the show in his second language. It's okay, it's Travis. This is exceptional video here. Imagine that you don't know anything about football. You don't have any context for what football is, and then you see this. Look at this here. Kelce's upset because, for good reason. He deserved a call there. But so how does he express his displeasure? Watch this. You don't have any context for football. There's a flag for you. Why? How dare you? You threw that up in the air. Now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to throw this at you. What do you think of that? Well, I'm going to throw this in the air. What do you think of that? Now I'm going to throw this thing. Now there's a yellow napkin in the air. If you don't know what's happening there, you're like, why? What is this? What is happening here?
If you've never just dropped on the planet, you think American football is about who can throw the most random thing in the air the highest. Even the Jacksonville Jaguars player just mimicked throwing something really high in the air. And so, yeah, that is absolutely perfect video for people who don't know football.
Can we see that again, please? Because the reason the ref threw his hat in the air is because he'd already thrown his flag. But let's just concentrate just on the ref here. Here we go. All right, I throw my flag. I only have one of those. I should probably have more of those. Well, I don't like this, so I'm going to throw this camouflage thing at you. And then I'm going to, oh, yeah? Well, watch this.
You guys are not going to answer the question?
What was the question?
You talk a lot, but you didn't answer
what
the
was
question.
The question? Oh, who was more in the wrong here? Oh, I'm not going to blame anyone for giving us that much laughter for being wrong. No blame here. Only a celebration. More thrown things, please.
No, I don't think Travis Kelce threw his thing high enough, so I think Travis Kelce is clearly at fault.
Okay.
He clearly lost the battle between him and the officials.
Throw your pants next time, Kelce.
This is Larry Culpepper, inventor of the college football playoff. Goes without saying that I know about a good idea or two when it comes to college football. And the best idea out there is to subscribe to the Championship Drive podcast in the Listen tab of your ESPN app.
It is Monday. Time for more football.
Ooh.
Should Leonard Fournette's performance against Alabama scare NFL teams?
He can't run against them. 100 yards total in several years as a man's man. And keep in mind, the reason this happens, 35 yards in 17 carries and 10-0 loss the other day, is because the defensive line of Alabama has a bunch of Leonard Fournettes on it who do things like that to your, I mean, look at that. That's just totally absurd. So what ends up happening when you're watching this video, look at what happens. It's just Fournette getting engulfed by other Leonard Fournettes who are he's used to being bigger and faster than everybody. He's not with that team.
And they're bigger and seemingly just as fast. I don't think these performances should scare NFL scouts or NFL teams. What should scare them is that their jobs are basically professional gambling, and you don't really know who's going to be any good necessarily, because just look at the other team. Look at Alabama's running backs that have come out lately. Derrick Henry, T.J. Yeldon, Mark Ingram, two of those guys, Eddie Lacy, those guys have won Heisman trophies. Leonard Fournette was like a phenom for about 8 weeks. And so if you think he's a sure thing, maybe you want to look at previous sure things at that position and say, hey, maybe there's no such thing.
Well, he's shown some improvement. Last year, 31 yards. This year, 34 yards.
That's right. I mean, that is an improvement. It's right. Last year was 31.
You cannot say that the guy's a bunch.
This year's 35.
He didn't go back. He didn't run for 10, 15 yards. He went from 31 to 34.
35, but okay.
35, okay.
That's all right. Whatever. Even better. Even better.
Did the Steelers bring back Big Ben too soon?
Well, that seems obvious today, doesn't it? Did you see how bad they looked? This was a fun, high-flying offense when Ben Roethlisberger was healthy, and then it looked a lot like this yesterday as they're losing to the Ravens, because you kind of need your legs to be accurate and to throw the ball correctly. And, I mean, you don't recognize this quarterback.
No, but how many guys is he throwing to that are open? And I think that's kind of their problem, is not only did he miss some time, obviously, with that injury, and probably is not 100%, but you've got Antonio Brown and not much else right now. Martavius Bryant's not there, and nobody's really developing into that number 2 speedy receiver. So I don't know if the offense might be more problematic right now than Ben Roethlisberger is, but come on. If you had a choice between a 40% Ben Roethlisberger and anybody that's backing them up, you're going with Big Ben.
You guys are going to blame Big Ben, and nobody's going to mention that onside kick?
No,
come on, give me a break.
Yeah, we got to mention the onside kick.
That's it.
What is this? This is horrible. What was that?
And then he kicked it again. Yes. I totally forgot that he tried to kick it again as if that really counted, because you only get that one try. It looked like he'd never tried that before in his life, but decided to do that in front of 70,000 people.
Believe it or not, he actually did this successfully at one point. Not quite this incompetent. Look at that.
Hey.
That's the way you do that. That's what he was going for yesterday. That's not how it turned out.
Should the Rams just give in and start Jared Goff?
Jeff Fisher not willing to concede this quite yet. He says they are circling the wagons. I want you to imagine an old-timey saloon situation. Jeff Fisher outside in the Wild West, wagons circling for some reason. He's not happy because they're down 13-10. They lose yesterday 13-10. And the fans at home, L.A., you got a new team. Congratulations. Here's what they do yesterday. They start chanting for Jared Goff.
Goff wants no part of it. This is the funny thing to me. The Jeff Fisher era and the Jared Goff era might not overlap for very much longer, or might not overlap for long at all, because Jared Fisher's trying to delay that process and still go with the Case Keenum guy, who might get him to 7-9, 8-8, his happy zone. And really, you've got Jared Goff sitting there, and he says he's progressing every week in practice, but we're not getting to see any of it. And if you've got that fan base mad at you already, why not throw the kid out there? Because, seriously, your job is not going to be there for very much longer either way, Mr. Fisher.
You have taken a special turn into hell, though. We didn't even play the sound for you of those people chanting as well for Tim Tebow. Oh. They were doing that as well. They were chanting for Tim Tebow, which is what, that's right. They're speaking my father's language.
We want Tebow.
Yeah.
We want Tebow.
Yeah.
We want Tebow.
Yes.
We want Tebow.
All right.
We want Tebow.
All right. He did it all weekend for some reason, for every team.
You can bench Case Keenum. He can throw with either arm. Right, left. I mean, he has that flexibility. Look at him. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
That's right.
Wait a minute. That kind of looked like Tebow now that I think about it. That looked a little bit like Tebow.
There we go.
As in he forgot which arm he throws with? Yeah, that makes sense.
He fooled the defense on that play.
He did.
That's right. He did.
He was better left-handed yesterday than he was right-handed his entire career.
Hey, basketball fans, I'm George Sedano on the latest NBA Lockdown podcast. Izzy Gutierrez and I talk about the big matchup between Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. James Harden continues to be on a roll. And, of course, the one curse you need to eliminate in basketball.
Time to play the game that has no meaningful relationships. Do you question?
You give us topics and events, we question them.
Do you question if this was excessive?
What sport are we in? Are we still in football? They are trying to eradicate all of the celebrations. What do we have here? Tell me we've got an excessive one. Oh, I love this punter, Marquette King. Watch this. Coffin corner. That's pretty perfect right there. And this is how you feel yourself. Let me ride that donkey, donkey. Let me ride that donkey, donkey, please.
Is that where you're going with that? You're saying him riding the donkey? I don't know what that is, but it is by far the best. I mean, how much better is this coordination than that Pittsburgh Steelers kicker? I mean, this guy's got a future.
Yes.
This guy got a future, and he deserves a penalty for that. Just to be consistent, deserves a penalty
you
for that.
cannot penalize that.
Of course, you have to. That way
Giddy
you know
up,
better.
giddy up. He's going to where those circled wagons of Jeff Fisher are.
Are you kidding me? He's riding a Bronco. Can you see it?
Oh, is that what he was doing?
That's what he's doing. He's riding a Bronco. Yeah. What's the matter with you guys?
that's
You're
my
supposed
fault.
to be experts,
Yeah, that's
you know?
my fault. My
yeah.
fault.
How many times has he made Dan look dumb?
Yeah, I missed that. Oh, what is he doing? My father's skiing, or I don't know what he's doing.
Riding a Bronco.
No, you are not riding a Bronco.
He got Von Miller with his next celebration.
Oh, what? We had multiple celebrations last night? Oh, I love that the Raiders punter has swag.
Get out of here. He did that. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that is so much fun.
We forget to mention the special teams with this team, but this is why they're special. That guy right there is bringing them everything they need to be 7-2 this year. He's the man.
Well, Texas and Texas A&M, is that what it was?
Texas Tech and Texas.
Oh, Texas Tech, and how many Texas teams they got? Texas A&M, Texas.
Good question. Good question. Go ahead.
Texas.
Go ahead.
Do you question if this was good defense?
All right, we go out to Texas Tech. We may have done some foreshadowing there. You may have noticed. We didn't know we were on camera. Let's go out there and see what kind of defense. If it was in that game, there wasn't any good defense. Yeah, I mean, this is, yeah, of course. Who's going to score on this?
Let's see.
That's exactly how I feel. Whoa! Oh, wait a minute! Wait a minute! What just happened there? Did that actually happen? Is this going to count? Oh, don't get chased down there. Don't get chased down there. That's a long way that guy's going. Yeah!
What happened in that huddle?
What just happened? I would say that's the last 15 years of Texas Tech football, right there, in a time capsule. What does it look like? Right there.
I think that the ball crossed the goal line before he got pulled out. If you want my opinion, I saw it from my vantage point here.
Okay,
That's right.
maybe,
There we
I
go,
don't
you
know. What difference does it make?
Right.
I don't care. Who cares?
Which
It
is
doesn't
the better?
matter. It's just great fun. Like, whatever. You can go replay it if you want. We'll have that forever. You can't take that away from us.
Time to play the game that has poor timing. See? Oh, no.
You tell us what to watch on television tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued. He's always intrigued.
On ESPN, Monday Night Football, Bills and Seahawks.
No, thank you. Not interested. But the Bills did the mannequin challenge recently. Have you heard of the mannequin challenge, Papi? Do you know what that is?
No, I haven't heard that.
All right. What do you imagine the mannequin challenge is? Do you have any theories on this?
I don't know. I got you know. I'm just.
No, he doesn't have any theories on this. Let's see what the Bills are doing.
That's right.
All right. Let's see what we're doing here. They're faking like the stillness. You know, they're being mannequins. Mannequins don't move.
One of the least interesting fads to go on social media. How much do you watch these things and look really close and judge them to see if they're moving there?
Well, what's funny about this is that's exactly what their defense looked like to Gronk and Brady when they were throwing against it right there. Nobody moving. Izzy, are you intrigued by tonight's matchup?
I am certainly not intrigued. I'm not intrigued by the game. I'm certainly not intrigued by the mannequin challenges. I think it's jumped the shark faster than any other one of these social media trends.
Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, the Bills are a lot better at the mannequin challenge than Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones.
Is that?
Oh, this is
They're all moving.
Oh, no.
I mean,
Yeah, Jerry Jones.
Jerry
Jerry Jones
shaking.
is terrible at the mannequin challenge. Jerry Jones,
these guys should have thought this through.
is just super hungry. That's all that's happening there. That was terrible.
on WGN, Magic and Bulls.
Dwayne Wade. Papi, you can watch Dwayne Wade. He's coming to town here with the Miami Heat here soon with the Chicago Bulls. Oh, wow, my father's not real happy about that. All right, let's look at Biyombo here. Biyombo doing things for the Magic. He's no longer with the Raptors. Ow. Ouch. Ouch.
Stole your soul.
Oh, that's not a foul. On anybody? Izzy, are you intrigued?
No, not at all. And it's really just because it's the Magic. I don't know what they were doing in the offseason. I mean, you got Bismack Biyombo, you've got Serge Ibaka, you got Vucevic. Like, what are they doing over there? Elfrid Payton can't shoot the ball. I have no idea what they're doing. They're no fun to watch.
It's a good question. Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, that was my favorite block of the weekend. Watch this.
Let's see.
Yep.
Oh, I wonder how this is going to end up.
I mean, block is a strong word. That's a goaltend.
No, it is not a goaltend. Not in my father's world, my friend.
And he may as well have been officiating this game because it was absolutely a goaltend, but they had zero interest in calling it.
Joel Embiid, I love you. You're my type of player. Eat it, LeBron.
There you go. All right, very good.